This is Larry Levin of the St. Louis Jewish Light, and we are so glad and honored to have with us today Bob Millstone, who is the new chair of the board of the Jewish Federation of St. Louis. Bob, thanks so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
It's always great to talk to you.
You're welcome. My pleasure to be here.
Bob, your contributions to the Jewish community and the broader St. Louis community are pretty much unquestionable. So why this position and why now?
I was asked now is the short answer. The longer answer is I think the work we're doing in trying to build a thriving Jewish community is really important. I've seen through my own involvement with the Federation since 2003 when I first got involved, how one's engagement can lead to real positive change over time. If I see when we work together in an earnest manner to try to solve community problems and move our community forward, the Federation is a great vehicle to do it. I get a lot of personal satisfaction out of it, and I think it's one of the best ways to help the community long term.
Has your involvement in Federation and other Jewish causes resulted in changes to how you see and define your own Judaism?
Unquestionably.
How so?
I grew up with really very little Jewish identity or engagement. And I came to St. Louis to go to college in 1981. And I was a little uncomfortable in my, frankly, going to the synagogue, not knowing the traditions and rituals. And I discovered through my involvement with the Jewish Federation that every individual can define Judaism, how it works for them, and what it means to them. And when I saw the diversity of the Jewish community, and I saw that we can really make Judaism work for us in a way that's true to our own experiences and our own path, I became much more comfortable about my own sense of self-confidence regarding my Jewish identity and how I engage Jewishly in the world.
As a leader of a board and organization that you hope would reflect the Jewish community in its broadest sense and its goals and needs, how satisfied are you that the composition of your board and your committees and the way that the Federation is stocked with all sorts of people on its, in its various components reflects the St. Louis Jewish community as a whole?
We're doing very well. We can always do better. I feel like we're a little light on that we need to continue to work on that and make the work we do more attractive to the full representation of the Jewish community.
We're going to see a change at the Federation with the departure of longtime executive Barry Rosenberg and the hiring of a new lead professional in the near future. This is coming at a time when the Federation has rolled out a new strategic plan with priority areas, incorporated a new funding and allocation model, and of course continues to face the broader nonprofit challenge and pressures of bringing in money to support both itself and other Jewish causes. This may be a time ripe with opportunity, but it's also pretty scary to cram so much into a short period of time. So my question to you is, are you concerned about whether the expectations, the very high expectations you and your colleagues are setting are realistic both in time and scope?
No. I don't want to leave the impression that I'm not concerned that some of the things we do may work or may not work. I believe firmly that they will work, and I also believe that we'll hopefully be wise and humble enough that if something doesn't work, we'll be open to it and we'll change. But if you look at the trajectory that federations across North America are on, the trends do not lead to where we want to go. They do not lead to a strong, thriving Jewish community that we want for ourselves and our children. That means change is necessary.
But of course, change by definition is fraught with risk. Your point being, however, there's more risk with the status quo than there is with change.
That's correct.